Hello. Allora,
मेरा ऐसा है ना हाँ
Hi Faisal. Can't hear you. Sanika, can you project the PPT?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Sorry, just give me 1 second.
1 second over.
She is
Cracking jokes and all, stand-up comedians in the house. अरे इससे ये राउंड और ब्लू मतलब ब्लू बॉर्डर वाली पीपीटी कौन लाया था सब जगह आप ये यूज कर रहे हो
मैं लाई थी. I like it.
आप लाइक करते तो आई वोंट से एनीथिंग बट आई डोंट लाइक इट
But anybody who I've sent this to has liked it. So,
यू हैव टू बी ऑड टू बी नंबर 1 ना
oh God.
हाउ मेनी पीपल आर वी एक्सपेक्टिंग
I think over 100 to 120 तो आएंगे अगर 200 applications से तो.
फिलहाल तो 49 ही दिखेगा
हाँ, but some of them are also joining only through one device, no? चलो, I'll admit all of them now.
Sure. Hello students, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir.
I would request all of you to switch on your cameras. In case you're not in a formal
Yes, sir.
environment, that is okay. The idea is to just have a interactive session so that you all are clear as to what we are doing. Everyone, please switch on your cameras. Since it's 5:01, Sanika, would you want to record the session?
Yeah, we'll just switch it on.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start. Good evening, everyone. I'm audible to all of you. During
Yes,
the
sir.
course of presentation, in case any of you have any doubt, please feel free to raise your hand and ask me questions. Okay. So this is our pre-placement talk for the graduate hiring. We are specifically mentioning graduate hiring because we do a lot of postgraduate and graduate hiring at different point of time. Can we go on the next slide, Sanika, please? Yeah. So this is what we are as a company. We are a track-driven human interviewing mentorship platform. So VMentor is the parent company through which we mentor corporates. So the philosophy is that any problem that any CXO has there, we go there and we solve that problem. At the same time, for a brand called Yugma, we go to a lot of graduate colleges, schools and engineering colleges, and basically do mentorship for the students to make a good career for themselves. The idea behind the company is we want to enhance the employability quotient of 5 lakh learners by 2026. And we are almost done for more than 30-40,000 already. And our vision is to take that number to 5 lakh by 2026. So we are tech driven. What we mean to say is we use a lot of technology in our mentorship. But at the same time, it's human intervened. It's not just AI that is helping you or some tool that is helping you. There's a human touch involved. So all mentorship come with a lot of experience and people who are basically have been in the industry for quite long and are in a good position to actually guide you in the right direction. So the same people who actually go and consult companies, advise them on a lot of things, the same people go to colleges and mentor the students. And hence they are the right people who understand what the industry academia gap is all about. And they give right guidance in the direction needed for the students to make a good career for themselves. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this is the structure of the company that we have. So we are a part of Vans Group. So within Vans Group, there are 3 organizations. One is VMentor.ai. Within VMentor.ai comes Yugma, which is a vertical, which helps only campuses. So any involvement of any campus is there. Yugma is the brand that goes. And any work that we do in any startups or any large MNCs, that is done through VMentor brand. Vans Foundation is a not-for-profit organization where we help a lot of artists who are from downtrodden areas in that sense. And lastly, Vans Investments is our prop fund, which is directly managed managed by our founder, Dr. Srinivas, where he invests in a lot of latest organizations, startups, tech startups, uh, and also a lot of themes like sustainability, high tech, BFSI, and so on. So, Vans Investments like a prop fund for which we also offer a lot of equity research internships to students. So, overall, Vans Group exists as the main group within which there are 3 companies, and we are currently doing the pre-placement talk for vmentor.ai. And within vmentor.ai, there's a vertical called Yugma. For Yugma, we actually cater to the needs of the campuses and students, engineering campus, management campus, graduate campus, also. Next slide, please. So this is basically the philosophy that we have at vMentor, that whatever is the challenge of any CEO, be it around culture, process, people, strategy, execution, outsmarting the competition, retaining top talent, defining a legacy, and so on. We basically go there, understand what the challenge is, what the problems are, and ultimately curate a solution for them. So it's not like a shampoo or soap where you have a ready-made product, you go and just give it to them. The product are actually basically curated based the need of the organization. So for example, just to give you an example, the birth of Yugma. So initially Yugma did not exist, and our founder actually met Subrata Bagchi, who was the ex-CEO of Mindtree, which is now being acquired by L&T. So he was discussing with him as to what are the challenges that the organization has and how can we solve them. So he came back telling us that every year I interview more than 1,000 engineers, 700 MBAs. I still can't get 200 good people. Even after selection, there are attitude issue, aptitude issue. People leave very fast. They are not able to perform for 6-8 months and so on. Can you help me get experienced freshers from the campus? So that is how we understood what is the need of Mindtree, and basically that was the birth of Yugma, to which we help a lot of students in campuses to become career ready, corporate ready, industry ready in that sense. So similarly, we talk to a lot of companies, their CHROs, their CEOs, CFOs and stuff. And we are trying to understand what are the challenges they're trying to solve. And we become a part of the solution in that sense. Next slide, please. So this is about Yugma. Yugma is basically an edtech platform under the aegis of vMentor, as I told you. And it is working on a mission to help 5 lakh learners make meaningful career by 2026. It basically enhances the industry academia partnership to collaboration and mentorship. And we collaborate with a lot of institutes across boundaries. So we have collaborations in North, South, East, West. You name a state, you name a city, we may have some of the other collaboration with some B-school, graduate college or engineering colleges to virtue of some mentoring sessions, some competitions, some internships, some final placements and so on. So although we were founded 3 years ago, we have a legacy of 14 years by the virtue of an acquisition. We did an acquisition a couple of years ago of a company named Rozo, which is based out in Pune in a similar field. And that is how we have 14 years of legacy. We have more than 250 institute collaborations, more than 100 companies we have worked with. On our platform, we have more than 250 mentors. So these mentors are basically people of VP level, president level, CXO level and stuff, who have made a mark in their life, in their careers in the industry. And these are the people who actually come to guide students how to make a good career for themselves. There are a lot of case study competitions. So we have run 7 up till now. One ended just yesterday. So that is why there is not updated there. So there are 7 case study competitions that we have done. These are inter-school competitions usually, where we get some business problem that any business is facing. And we ask B-school students to basically provide a solution for the same basis, some research, some primary, secondary research, some head points and stuff. So in the last 14 years, as I told you, we have mentored more than 30,000 students. And every month, more or less 5,000 mentoring hours goes on. And every year, we come up with more than 250 internships. So these internships are within our company as well as some of the large companies we are associated with, for which you do campus placements, internships, final placements, and so on. So overall, UCMA is actually trying to build that ecosystem of industry academia interface, solving problems on both sides in that sense. So on the academic side, we are helping students enhance the employability quotient. And on the corporate side, the same thing helps them in getting career ready or corporate ready talent. Am I clear? Any doubts from anyone till now? Aditya, Dhruv,
No, sir,
Divya,
it's clear.
Thank you. Thanks, Pranav. Thanks, Shruti, Sakshi, Yash, Misha, Shania. Okay. I got an indication that it's clear. Sanika, can you move to the next slide, please? So as I was speaking, we have more than 250 industry veterans who act as mentor. At the top left, you can see our founder himself, Dr. Srinivas. He's the ex-CEO of Piramal Housing Finance. So prior to that, he was the Chief Human Resource Officer, CHRO. And prior to that, he was the Chief Strategy Officer at Piramal Group. The gentleman besides him is Shantanu Sen Sharma, whose company we acquired. Ozone was his company and we have acquired that. And now he acts as a chairman. He's an ex-VP of Tech Mahindra. Then we have other co-founder called Meenu Bhatia. She's the co-founder of Dr. Srinivas and she has 20 years plus experience into HR across countries. She's worked in MNCs like Godrej, Piramal and so on, where she worked in US, UK, Sri Lanka and all those places. The last gentleman who is the founding team is Sanjeev Tripathi. He has extensive experience in companies like Tata Steel, Credit Suisse, RBS and so on. He has developed processes from scratch, technology from scratch, processes from scratch and so on. He held a lot of profit and loss accountability in a lot of big organizations for big departments. And at the bottom, you can see all CXOs who actually act as mentors. Some are CMOs, ex-managing directors, ex-CEOs. So these are the kind of people we actually get to mentor students on the academic side. And the same set of people actually go to the corporate to understand what are the challenges and basically solve it. Next slide, please. So this is about UCMA. What are basically challenges of engineering and MBA institutes and some graduate colleges? So every institute wants to enhance their brand equity. Every institute wants that the institute's name should be premium in that sense and they should have brand equity. They want to improve the ranking. You may be seeing in a lot of advertising that this institute is ranked at this place in this survey and so on. So everyone wants to increase that. So in the last year, NAP has been coming up. So all the institutes want to fulfill the NAP norms. There are a lot of regulators like NBA, UGC. There are a lot of parameters that should be fulfilled. So those are challenges of the institute. Every student basically want to make right career choices. They want to make a right career choice in that sense. They want to enhance their employability by imbibing industry relevant skill sets. They want to be placement ready ultimately. And all the placement teams keep working hard to ensure that the talent that they have is placement ready. They want to ensure that there is 100% placement, every student gets placed. And they want to keep ensuring that new companies, new roles come to the campus. So this is basically the challenges that the institute's ecosystem faces as a whole. Next slide, please. So this is our solution. UCMA is a platform, mentoring platform, on which we help with a lot of research and knowledge labs. So research and knowledge lab basically are a lab dedicated for a specific purpose or specific sectoral study. For example, if you are from Mumbai, you will be aware Chetna's Institute in Bandra is an MBA institute where we had a first equity research lab. So the problem there was students were not able to crack a lot of finance jobs and they were lacking in equity research. So we set up an equity research lab there. In Goa Institute of Management, we had a sustainability lab. Today, if you Google the most sustainable campus, you'll come to that Goa Institute of Management is its forefront. In certain colleges in Ahmedabad, we are running fintech labs. So in case you are aware, in Ahmedabad, there's a gift city coming up. So within gift city, a lot of fintech companies are coming, but they don't usually go to B schools to hire talent. They go to engineering colleges because they think that this analytical ability is only in the engineering students and not in B school students. So we are setting a fintech lab there to actually attract a lot of fintech companies to come to the campus. Then we keep a lot of master classes where we get a lot of industry mentors to guide students on various topics. We run placement prep module, which is more or less the most taken module across B schools because everybody at the B school wants to get placed in that sense. So more than 20,000 students must have gone through a placement prep module. Then we run summer internship programs, industry research session, competitions, and so on. So all of these is ultimately done with the one goal of mentoring them on the relevant aspect that is needed there. So most of our sessions, if you see, since we have more than 250 mentors, these people are spread across the country in different cities, different states, different locations. So at any point of time, at any institute, we are doing some of the other sessions in that sense. So we prioritize doing all our sessions physically at the campus because the effectiveness is more. But in case it's not feasible, sometimes it's done virtually. So you could safely say 70% of our sessions or modules are done on campus physically, and 30% is sometimes done virtually, basis the feasibility. We have a web portal and an app ready in place for students, which we leverage on case-to-case basis. Next slide, please, Sanika. So this is our app where you get a lot of student competitions. You can dial a mentor and talk to them if you have any query regarding your careers and stuff, placements and all those things. There are a lot of master classes on there. How do you understand the BFSI sector? There are a lot of internships available at different companies in that sense. So it's like a one-stop shop for a student to actually come there and basically get guidance for their careers in that sense. Next slide, please. Now I'll ask my team members who have joined 1 year, 2 years back. Similarly, so like you guys are now in pre-placement talk, they were also in the part of a pre-placement talk either last year or last to last year. So just so that you can relate as to what is working in VMentor, like Yugma, like they'll be sharing their experience of 5 minutes. And in case you have any queries from them also, feel free to ask them. So Sanika, are you going first?
Faisal, hi. I'll be going first.
Aiden will be going. Yeah, Aiden will be going first. He's an operations executive. Yeah, over to you, Aiden, please.
Yeah. Hi everyone. This is Aiden here. Working in the operations role over here, and it's almost been a year since I'm here actually. So I wanted to speak a bit more about on the work environment here. And well, I must say it's highly supportive for me. At least that's what I found. And it's very easy for me to seek for guidance from the founding members of this team. So anytime I get stuck with an issue or any task, I can just ask the CEO itself. So that's a very good thing. And he also additionally helps me with other stuff, which is not related to work, but it helps me on a long-term basis for my career. So that's one useful point for me. And then over this course of almost a year, I've observed most of my colleagues have a strong sense of ownership. So because of that, I think I've got a bit of a run my nose to it. And it's even I've started to get a bit of an ownership. So it's at times I do get a sense of responsibility, and it does eventually will help me in the long term. So yeah, I am very grateful for that. Over here, I can say that people, they take an extra step to help you guys. One person here, Tisya, who you'll be hearing soon from, she has helped me a lot, way too much. So I had this one meeting with a client of Nerolab. So it was with the CEOs and one level below the CEOs, and I'm a grad from BCom. So it was the first time thing for me. So I was a bit nervous and not knowing what doors I'll be opening next. And she just approached me. Nobody asked her to do this. She sat me down. She made me run through the whole journey, what's going to happen in the next meet. And because she had a similar project in the past, she did take an extra step to help me in that. So I can say like not just her, a bit of people who I've interacted on day-to-day basis do help me with such cases. So that's one good thing I've got from here. And yeah, it does help me keep me calm when I'm speaking to stakeholders, senior stakeholders especially. Speaking of senior stakeholders, I have never imagined as a BCom student from Thakur to be going to visit CEOs top in big companies like Reliance. We have spoken with the CHRO, then the CEO of Nerolac. Then I've even gone to Baba Atomic Research Center. So that was like not something I would expect to do as a fresher. So that's the opportunities here was lovely. And then to sum it up, what can I say is like this place has given me a lot of opportunities. It has given me a lot of time, things to learn from here, especially on the ownership responsibility area, which would help me down the line. If I were to grow a company, I could do it easily. And yeah, I've got to meet people from various sectors. They talk about what's going on in this, that market. So it's a very, very interesting thing. So I guess that's what you could say I learned from BMentor, and that's what I like.
Eden, did you share which college are you from?
Yes, from Thakur College. Yeah, I did.
Anybody from Thakur College on the call right now?
I don't think so.
Eden, you betrayed your own college. Who is going next?
It's me. Hi guys, I'm Sanika. I'm the marketing and ops executive here. I joined from NMIMS and I joined last year in June. I joined from the BSc Eco course and I can see so many familiar names. It's so great that y'all are applying, guys. So as a young graduate, not that I'm not young, but I'm still, as a young graduate last year, I was so confused about, what comes next for me. So, I mean, I remember talking to my friends about what do I do next? What are y'all doing? Comparing notes. Do we go for higher education? If I do, what course do I do? Do I want to stick to economics? Do I want to switch to something else? If I take a gap year, then where do I want to work? Marketing, I want to do finance, I want to do. It was super stressful and overwhelming and all these possibilities. And I know that you guys must be going through something similar now. This circuit of what comes next. And I joined VMentor. And one thing this is something you don't realize until you start working. When you work with a startup in EdTech, you get to try your hand at everything. And there are some more benefits of working at an EdTech, which I'll get to in a bit. But, I've gotten to do stints in ops. I've gotten to do stints in marketing. I've supported on project management front. I've supported on consulting projects and whatnot. We even have we have some entrepreneurship programs within the company. And here I got to present a pitch to top CXOs and industry experts. And I got actionable feedback. And it's exhilarating. We have this offering called Functional Academy, where we support companies in hiring from placement at all of these in-demand B schools. And I was project manager for one of these projects. For your reference, the company that we were working with has a market capital of 350 billion INR. And I was processing students from pre-placement talk all the way down to final offer. I got a front row seat as I watched students prepare, give interviews. I got insights on criteria and parameters. One of our other core offerings to colleges are to help students become placement ready. And I attend these sessions online and offline every chance I get. Mera adha MBA to yahi khatam ho gaya hai, basically. And with this background and this behind the scenes knowledge of what the companies want and how the project processes run and what I can do to stand out, I was able to decide with conviction that chalo MBA hi karna hai mujhe. So I guess what VMentor means to me is clarity, opportunity, and growth. Being able to interact with senior mentors and being able to see students in hundreds make these crucial decisions of what comes next help me take my decisions. That's all from my end. We'll move on to the next person.
Thank you, Sanika. Yes, please go.
Hi guys. I'm Shloka. I'm currently working as strategy executive here at VMentor. And like Sanika, even I graduated from NMIMS from BBA. I got placed through placed at VMentor through my college placement self, and ever since I got placed, my journey here has been nothing short of transformative. During college, I had taken up a couple of internships, and both of my internships were in those big conservative organizations that would probably look good on your CV, but they wouldn't really trust you with your capabilities as a fresh graduate. So I did not really get a lot of responsibilities and work there. But when I was going through the selection process for VMentor, I remember Faisal, who was interviewing me then, he laid a lot of emphasis on some core values that the company deeply believes in and abides by. So throughout my interview, they emphasized on not just on the multitude of roles that had been, I was expected to take on, but on the ethos of responsibility, trust, and empowerment that runs in this company. And this is actually something that made me eager than ever to be a part of such a workplace. One of VMentor's core values that particularly resonates with me is in its belief that every person has the potential for growth. And this has literally translated into action through some real responsibilities and accountabilities that the company has trusted me with, despite being a fresh graduate. And it is through these opportunities that I've gotten that I've actually come to realize my own capabilities and the impact that I can make even at this age and stage of life. Very recently, I would like to share, I attended this summit wherein I was representing VMentor along with a few other colleagues of mine. And I happened to meet some people who were part of a certification program that we're running at for a corporate client. And this corporate client I've been managing. So these people, they actually, they recognized me, they came up to me and they appreciated the program that we were running at their organization, and especially about the way it was managed. And it was honestly, trust me, it was such a heartfelt moment because it actually gave me a sense of validation that my presence here is actually making a difference. So I personally felt really proud only because I took full ownership for my work, which is again one of the core values at VMentor. And while when one has to take on responsibility for some disappointments also when you are taking on ownerships, but I can with all the right also take all the credit for the praise as well, and that in itself is so empowering. So when I reflect on my journey for the past 8 months at VMentor, I would say VMentor to me is like taking that lift for growth instead of, and reaching my full potential while everyone else is just taking the stairs. And as a fresher, I don't think I would want it any other way. Thank you.
Thank you, Shloka. Yes, Hemant, please.
Hi, Faisal, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, hi guys, this is Hemant. I'm from Thakur College as well. And I joined this company last year in February as an intern and subsequently joined full-time from April. So an interesting anecdote, when since this was my first company and I did not intern anywhere earlier and did not work as well. So I was very apprehensive about this corporate world. People would be very rude. Like we watch in web series, people are not very welcoming. But the first day when I came in and the CEO of our company, Dr. Srinivas, was around, and the words that I could hear from his mouth for me were like, no, please, sorry, thank you. But these were the common words that he used, and I was pleasantly surprised. This man is a CEO, and why is he talking to me like that? And later, even I realized that all the three co-founders do talk to you so humbly, and they are so respectful. And even if they get angry, they never cross the line. And everybody in the company is does talk to you in such a way. So probably that's the culture here. No matter how many years of experience you have, no matter what your age is, people are going to talk to you, speak to you cordially, and behave in that way. So I'll talk about So that was a very interesting thing that I kind of loved over here. So talking about the day-to-day responsibilities as an operations executive, I think operations is a very interesting as well as challenging at the same time. Interesting because you will be working on multiple projects and you have the complete ownership. So nobody is going to interfere in your day-to-day work as long as you're doing it well. Of course, if there is something going wrong, there is going to be some intervention. But like Shloka said, in MNCs, in big firms, probably you wouldn't get that opportunity. So because there is a lot of hierarchy, but you have the complete ownership of your work. So that's something I liked. And I think it is challenging at the same time because of course you'll be working on different projects at the same time, and operations keeps you on your toes. So if something has to happen today, it will have to happen today, and you can't push it for tomorrow. And if you do that, obviously it's I've realized that it's going to impact the business, and there will be escalation. So this is very challenging for me. So in the initial days, I think I struggled a lot. I couldn't meet deadlines. Not that I don't struggle right now, but over a period of time, I have learned how to prioritize things. So one thing that I do is maintain a timesheet. So today for 2 hours, what did I do? Next 2 hours, what did I do? Nobody has asked me to do that, but probably it's a set thing that I do for myself. Where am I spending most of my time? Where is the unnecessary time? Where is it? The time is going unnecessarily, and then reflect back. So you have to be on your toes all the time and make sure that you deliver. So of course so what vMentor means to me is the right job with the right culture. So of course the learning trajectory in the last 1 year has been very steep, I would say so. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Hemant. Tisya, before you go, Aditya has raised his hand. So Aditya, you can feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question. Aditya Athwale. Can you hear us? I think he has some issues. Tisya, you can go ahead.
Okay, hi everyone. So I'm Tisya. I'm the strategy manager at vMentor, and I am also from NMIMS actually. And I passed out 2 years back. So my introduction to you is not going to be just as a representative or an employee of vMentor, but someone who was not too long ago just like in your shoes. I was also a fresh graduate. I was very eager to carve my path in the corporate world. And my journey here has been nothing short of transformative. It was filled with opportunities, skills, and personal growth along with professional growth. So if I reflect on this journey, I'll take you back to a moment in May 2022 when I first stepped in here. And like everyone mentioned here, all of the other people in the team, the initial months are always challenging. They are going to be for everyone, probably in every company that you go. Understanding your role, adapting to the company culture, building some relationships. These are some things that we all face. But if you take these things positively, it actually led to so many opportunities ahead. And I would like to draw more focus on my skills because I feel like that's something that we all would want to take back from something that we give our heart and soul to. So one of the skills that I cherish is the ability to work in gray areas. So we all live in a world where nothing is defined. We have an uncertainty every part of our day. We have to make smallest decisions in our lives, but we need a leadership skill for that. And I feel like this company has taught me that, the leadership skills of making decisions in ambiguous situations that became a part of life now. So if I have to explain with an example, there's this program called iLead, which we run for colleges. And I was the project manager for iLead. And that program has actually turned out to be a defining moment for us. But if I talk to you about the success of iLead, the reason for that was actually just going deep into the project. It was engaging with stakeholders. It was understanding all their perspectives of the current students, the ex-students, brainstorming. That became the hallmark of our approach. So what I'm trying to say is we went so deep to try to understand first-hand information that basically came to our advantage, which is one of the skills that I deeply cherish that I've learned. Second is getting friendly with data. Honestly, data was not one of my strongest pursuit for sure. But now crunching numbers, it's like, it may seem boring, but it is like a superpower, because it makes decisions so clear and so much more straightforward that it's a benefit. Lastly, multitasking, while we say it's a loose term and we say, oh, we can multitask on a daily basis, it's actually not as simple as it seems, because that's what I've learned after coming here. Balancing multiple responsibilities, prioritizing tasks, and ability to understand what is that needs immediate attention and what is that can be prioritized, obviously without compromising on quality. So that's something that I think I've learned here. And in the midst of all these experiences, like Sanika mentioned, vMentor's like a mini MBA. Okay, so it's giving you all the experiences, running projects, collaborating with top management, working across various areas. It's giving you all the experiences of being in a B school. And one of the coolest things that I feel personally is influencing without formal authority. So what I mean by that is that responsibilities are not always sticking to the hierarchy chart. So getting things done means working with others, even without not having like a senior title. So I feel like that's super cool. And I would also like to share that after a year of like dedication, hard work, I found myself moving up to the ladder, and I was promoted to manager strategy at vMentor from executive last year. And I feel like it wasn't just a title, it is the recognition of hard work that they are giving you. They are recognizing your success, they are recognizing and giving you all that you probably deserve. So it opened up a new chapter, obviously more responsibility.
This year you went on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Missed you for the last 10 seconds.
Okay, so I was talking about how I found myself moving up to the ladder to manager strategy, and I feel like it wasn't just a title; it's about the recognition of the hard work that your founders and co-founders are providing. So it opened up a whole new chapter, just many more responsibilities, of course, but so many more chances to grow. Lastly, I think I would like to use this platform to thank our founder, Dr. Srinivas Tundu, and our co-founders as well. But he's not just the founder, he's my boss, he's my manager. He's pushed me beyond my limits. He's made me challenge myself. And he's not given me the right answer when I've asked him the question. He's made me find the right answer. And the reason for telling you all this is not for you to be impressed by something, but for you to understand that I could not have imagined that I'm daily interacting with him. I'm working so closely with him. He's the CEO of the company. And most important part is I'm picking up all these skills, and all of the growth that comes is because you have first-hand experience with them. So that's one of the biggest reasons. And now that I'm here, I'm a testament to the growth and opportunities at vMentor. And it's more than a job. It's where challenges will turn into opportunities, where you pick up skills that you cannot learn in any college, and where every day is a step in your career. So what vMentor would mean to me would be accountability, leadership, and transformation. And not just for the customer, but I feel like for all of us. So thanks for listening to me, and sorry if it got a little long, but I'm excited to see some new faces join us. Their dreams will get a chance, and the word growth is not just a word, but it's reality. So cheers, and looking forward to interacting with you. Also, the program that I was mentioning, there's a video that we would like to show you guys in case you all are all bored by whatever we have spoken. You may watch this video now.
Sound also share? So by the time she shares this, just to give you a context, this is one of the programs that we do at B schools, where we help them learn a lot of skills that are demanded by the industry through simulations, exercises.
Sanika, we can't still hear the video.
Sound can't be here, but Try if you can, otherwise no issues. You can take it like this. Try once again. In case it's not happening, so while sharing at the bottom, you can see also share tab audio. It's okay, let it be without.
Sir,
Yeah, please go ahead.
the video doesn't have a voice, so doesn't. I'm unable to hear what is happening in the.
Yeah, sound is not getting shared. What we'll do is after the call, we'll share the link for the videos as well on emails with your placement links. Yeah, so we'll be sharing that video with you all or through your placement teams. You can have a look at that. I'll just quickly go through the process that we have for this recruitment. We received around 200 applications from around 10 colleges that have participated. The first round would be a YES test. So YES stands for YUGMA Employability Score. And this test is used by a lot of MNCs that recruit to us to B schools and graduate colleges. And this test will be assigned to all of you after this call by 6:30 to 7 p.m. today itself. Please note, the first round, which is the test YES, it will be assigned to all of you today itself by 6:30 to 7 p.m. maximum, and your placement teams will inform you about it. And you'll get a detailed email with instructions and deadline for the same. So the people who generally clear like the top 75 people, they will be then shortlisted for the second round of test, which is the emotional quotient test. So it's YUGMA Emotional Quotient, YEQ. So this 30 people will go through a virtual YUGMA emotional test, and the best performing top 10 will go through a group discussion session with the YUGMA's founder himself, either Dr. Srinivas or me, who will take the group discussion for all of you. This will be tentatively in our office itself in Powai, just in front of L&T's office. So we work in a co-working space where a lot of startups and even brands that come on Shark Tank like Sugar and all, they are basically in our building itself. Vinita Singh also sits in our building. So Tisya has actually met her by the virtue of her interview where she had an interview. Vinita Singh was standing there and she had a brief I held. So our office is there, and whoever gets shortlisted for the GDs will be coming to our office, top 10 people. And these top 10 will take the final Harrison test at our office itself. And we'll have a personal interview with any of our founders or co-founders. And the best top 3 people will be selected. So whether you get selected or not get selected, we can assure you, you'll learn a lot about yourself and a lot of process, how do you perform in the process and stuff. And at rounds like GD and stuff where you'll be coming for the group discussion in our office, we will be sharing some feedback also after the group discussion is done so that you can improve on that sense. And that is because we are a mentorship company, and It's in our values and cultures that we want to enhance the employability quotient in that sense. So, any doubts on anything up till now, students? Recruitment process or anything that any of my colleagues said or I said, please feel free to ask right now. I can see a lot of thumbs up. Yeah, Mumba, please.
Sir, the aptitude test will be online.
Yes. YES and YEE both tests will be online.
Sure, but I have a problem with online tests. I have given many online tests. The problem is that most of the people cheat and they are the one who get selected for the other round. And I don't like to cheat. So
So we already have a solution for that. These tests are used by a lot of MNCs, and we have more than 1,000 questions in the backend, and all of these are original questions. So you can't Google or use any chat GPT to get the answer. One. Second, none of the people will get the same set of questions. It's a random generator. So for example, if your friend is sitting just beside you and both of you are giving the test, none of the questions that both of you will get will be the same. And lastly, this test is proctored. So when you'll be giving the test, randomly the AI keep clicking pictures and taking a note of what you're doing and stuff. And in case we observe that you're using your phone, you're trying to switch tabs or you're using other system or you're talking to anyone else, it will give us a pop-up in the backend that these people are basically indulging in some malpractice during the test, and they'll be eliminated from the process without even them being informed. Was that clear, Mohammed?
okay, sir.
Anyone else? Any more questions? So Ria asked the question, will the test be conducted today? And Tisya has answered her that it will be assigned today and deadline will be tomorrow evening. And you'll have around 24 hours and the test will be for 1 hour. It will be a virtual test. Aditya, I can see your hand raised up. In case you have any query, please unmute yourself and ask.
I wanted to ask something.
Yeah, Devashri.
Yeah, what's the timeline that you're looking at, like for the GD? What's the tentative date, if you guys have decided?
So we've communicated that to your placement team and they'll keep you informed of those details.
Okay. I actually wanted to ask, since you mentioned it will be in Mumbai. So reason why, like if some of us are from Symbiosis Pune, so I wouldn't have an issue to travel, but it depends on the date. I feel.
Just had a question. Have you applied for the Pune role or for the Mumbai role?
For the Mumbai role.
Okay, so we'll keep you posted with that. I'll just give you that.
If possible, we'll try virtual, but if not possible, we'll update you as soon as possible.
Sure, okay. Thank you.
Ria is asking, does the test have negative marking? Yes, it has negative marking. So you'll have to strategize and give the test. Muskan is asking, what will be the location in Mumbai? It's Powai. So my colleague has just informed me that for graduates, we have no negative marking. Sorry for that. So there will be no negative marking for this test. I hope we have answered your question.
Sorry, I missed it. There is negative marking or no?
There is no negative marking.
Okay, all right.
Any more questions? Please go on the next slide, Sarika. So these are the JDs that you must have already received. We have 3 JDs. One is a PMO executive. It is a program management office. Next slide, please. Second is a branding and marketing executive. And the last one is the operational analytics executive. Any doubts that you guys have on the JDs per se? Okay, I received a lot of thumbs up, so they are clear on the profile JDs. Please move to the next slide. So these are some 10 colleges who are participating in this recruitment process. Same SCMS, Poddar, Vishwakarma, Christ, NMIMS, Thakur. Next slide, please. Just to give you a glimpse, these are some of the B schools that we directly work with and mentor students. Some of the IIMs, JBIMS, Tier 2 colleges across India. Our founder actually teaches tech entrepreneurship in the NMIMS MBA batch. So you can see a lot of good B schools who take our mentoring services for their students of our faculties. Next slide, please. These are some of the brands whom we consult or advise or work with directly. And these are all project basis. So once the project ends, that project ends there, then and there. And in case there are some more needs, we understand those needs and curate a new solution and go forward with them. So most of the MNCs, big business houses, startups. In fact, our founder, Dr. Srinivas, is on the board of Ola. Next slide, please. That's all. So we'll be sharing this presentation with all of you. Any more questions, any more queries? You have last 2-3 minutes. Please feel free.
Anika, you can stop presenting. Anyone have any questions? Please feel free. You, Mohit, you raised your hand. You have a question.
Sir, Yugma mentors students to be placement ready. So after mentoring student, why don't they hire the student themselves? So why are you like asking us to join your team, join your company?
So mentoring is provided based on the need, Mohammed. So basically, if we ever find someone who is relevant for our organization, who is also interested in our organization, we do hire them. So we have actually hired 3-4 people in the MBA last month itself from from colleges like MIT, ITM. Previously, we had hired from IPS, Chetnas. So whenever we find someone who's fit for our organization and they also have interest in our organization, we do hire them. But the mentoring that we are providing in these schools, it is basis the need that they have. For example, in Goa Institute of Management, the student wanted to crack consulting roles in the big fours and stuff. So a lot of consulting companies used to come, but they were not able to crack the process. So mentoring was curated to help them crack those particular roles. In certain institutes like Tier 3, Tier 4 institutes, students are not able to crack personal interviews, group discussions and stuff. So we help them there to crack GDs and PIs. So mentoring is not focused only on getting talent for ourselves. Mentoring is focused basis what is the needs of the students of that particular institute and what are the needs of that particular institute itself. So every institute for that matter has its own priorities. So for example, if you go to an NMIMS and if you go to a Chetnas or Dalmias, all of them have a different culture, different flavor, and they have different priorities in that sense. So basis whatever is their need, the mentoring is provided. And whenever we find any relevant talent whom we think can fit in our organization and they are also interested, we do hire them. That is not the case. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, yes.
And we are running this process also to give you a fair chance, right? So if we keep hiring just people whom we mentor, we won't be fair to the people who are actually relevant for organizations. So for example, if you would have already hired people from other organizations, this opportunity would not have come to you. So we are giving a fair chance to people who are interested in that sense. And that is the reason we allow everyone to apply and then we assess them and then we hire them. Clear?
Okay.
Anyone else? Any more questions?
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, I applied for the Pune role, operation and executive analytics.
Mhm.
So, sir, how should I prepare for the interview?
You're asking how should I prepare?
Hmm.
So basically, more or less work on understanding. There are a lot of things that you can do, but since the period is very short, you should go on our websites. You should go on our social media handles like LinkedIn, Instagram, and stuff, and understand what kind of post we do, what kind of work we do, who are our clients. So basically, understand what we do more, and at the same time, check. Revisit your own introduction, revisit what are the things that you're going to talk in your GDs and PIs in case you crack that. Before doing that, just brush up your aptitude concepts, just brush up your general knowledge and stuff so that you can crack the initial assessment well. So, a lot of things, to be frank, you won't be able to change within a day or two. Like how you communicate and stuff, you have developed that skill over the years since childhood. So if I ask you that in 3 days you change how do you communicate, it's not practically possible. So to whatever extent you can revisit your introduction about your own experiences, about your own education, how you're going to talk to Sanjal, how you're going to answer certain frequently asked questions like why should we hire you, how are you better than others, because it's a competitive world, right? Right now you can see more than 100 people are applying for 3 positions. So be clear on those things, be clear as to what role you're applying and why you're applying for that, and understand the company better, understand the products better, understand what we do better. Go on the profiles of the founders, co-founders, the people who you just met in this call, and understand what are they doing on their LinkedIn handles. They must be posting something, liking, commenting somewhere, right? On LinkedIn and stuff. So do that secondary research on your end, work on yourself, understand what are the skills needed in the JDs mentioned and how can you brush those up before the process. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, last 2 minutes. Any more questions from anyone?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question related to the PMO executive role.
Please.
So is it directly related to project management or like something else? I wanted to get an idea about it.
It is directly related to project management. So for example, initially when you join as a PMO for for a couple of weeks, you just understand what the company is about, this is about, what kind of projects we do and stuff. And once you get a hang of it, by hang of it, I mean you just get 20-30% clarity as to what we are doing. You just that kind of understanding. At times, you'll be given certain projects to manage yourself. The entire backend is being managed by certain people. For example, Hemant, Shloka, Tisya, Sanika, all of the people that you just met, all of them actually manage the programs that we run at a lot of corporates, B schools, and graduates. So you will directly work in the program management office and you'll be actually managing the programs end to end. And in case at places when you're not able to do certain things, you ask for support. Otherwise, you own up the entire thing.
Okay,
Was it
sir,
clear,
thank you so
Aditya?
much. Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay.
For the, I wanted to ask that for the branding and marketing executive position, what are the key responsibilities, like the things that you will be looking at, expecting from the executive?
Okay. So since you are just graduates, you just initially expect from you all for that role to actually understand basic concepts of marketing branding, one. To understand whether we placed in that scenario. Are we a B2B company? Are we a B2C company? What do we talk on our social media handles? What do we talk on our YouTube channel? What do you talk on our websites? And basis that, who are our actual target audience? Who are the target groups? Who are the customers? Who are the consumers? And based on all those things, you analyze our entire marketing or digitally, and then you come back to us and just give a glimpse as to what could be better. How can we engage better and stuff. And since you guys are pretty young in that sense, and our consumers are also in the institutes, young people like you, 2-3 years older than you and of your age group itself, we would expect you to come back with an suggestion and understanding and how can we engage them better? How can we market it to them better? So broadly, marketing concepts, our company, and what are your a scan of what we are doing currently, and what do you suggest us to do in the future?
Okay, and marketing in general, right? Like digital
Yeah.
marketing would also hold. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Sir, I'm so sorry. One more follow-up question from my previous question. As you said, we will be developing the project from the back end and those technical words. Are you expecting us to know the coding or just to develop the project from scratch and executing it?
There's no coding involved. This is basically management of the project.
Understood. Okay, sir. Yes.
So, for example, I've talked to a certain company where we are doing coaching for the CEO. So you have to be the one-point contact, understand what are the needs, and there'll be a scope that is signed already. You have to ensure that work goes on as per the scope. It doesn't go below or above that. And at times when you see that in case the customer is not satisfied, and in case you see there is scope for improvements, you come back to us and tell us that this can be improved. These are the things that are happening. In case you find a chance of basically upselling them, so you just pass on that lead to the sales team that there are more requirements at this particular organization. You can talk to them and get those done. So it's basically developing a good relationship, coordinating, scheduling things well, ensuring that project goes as planned. Always be on your toes to understand how is the customer feeling. Is he liking it, not liking it? Getting that intuition right, maintaining that relationship and stuff. So end-to-end execution of the entire project is what a PMO does. And it's not a postman job that you just pass on information from here to there. You add value in the process because you have to be on your toes, understand their needs, understand their nitty-gritties and all those things.
Okay, sir. Understood, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Okay, so we are already 6:03. So thank you so much for all of you joining. My team will actually assign the first test, which is the YES test, virtually to all of you. And as I told Mohammed, this is a proctored test with unique questions and all those things. So be truthful to yourself because you're also representing an institute, not just yourself. Okay. Thank you for coming here. Have a great day.
Thank you so
All
much.
the
sir.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.